Good morning, healthcare heroes. Happy Monday. This is Nicole Traum. I'm here with the Healthcare Heroes self-care moment through Lee Health. So thanks for tuning in. If you're watching, you can tell me where you're from or what department you're in. And we've been doing these videos now. This is our fourth week, actually, doing our videos to help to encourage everyone, to help us to feel a little bit more connected during this time. So hopefully this is meeting you where you are. So this week our theme, let me scooch back a little. This week our theme is being comfortable with the uncomfortable or with uncertainty. And there's a lot of uncertainty still. You know, we're more than a couple of days into all this, into this quarantine. And I know I've talked to a lot of people lately and everyone's just like, well, I just wish that we had a timeline, or I wish that we knew more. And unfortunately we don't, and things are constantly shifting, constantly changing. And you know, we can kind of resist that, or we can kind of just accept it and see what it teaches us about how we react. So as we move and we breathe today, we're going to think about, like, how can we soften a little? How can we let go of some of those stories or some of those needs that we might not necessarily need to carry with us? So let's just start here by taking a couple of deep breaths. So you can inhale, filling up, and empty out with the exhale. Big inhale, filling up with breath. And big exhale. Keep going with that breath, inhaling and exhaling. There are a few things really that are certain in life. One of those things is our breath. So feel your breath moving through you. See if you can start to feel the upper corners of your chest filling up as you inhale. And then let your shoulders move onto your back as you exhale, just feeling everything start to settle in. Maybe feel your spine lengthen a little bit more. And start to notice the rhythm of your own breath. So noticing that slow inhale, noticing that slow exhale. Giving yourself a chance to just be with whatever's going on, even if you have that feeling of uncertainty. Good. And then let's do one more deep breath. Excellent. All right, and we're gonna start to clench our body a little bit. So we'll start by just clenching your fingers and your toes, and take a couple of breaths here. Don't hold your breath, but just start to feel yourself clenching. Feel that sensation in your hands. Good, and then with your next exhale, you can release your feet, your hands, and just slowly start to stretch them out. And sometimes it takes a breath or two for them to really extend and release. When we are in times of uncertainty, in times of anxiety and stress, well, that's what uncertainty kind of brings to us, we start to hold in our bodies. And almost like not unconsciously we'll hold, right? So let's do that again now. Squeeze your fingers, squeeze your toes, start to squeeze your arms in by your sides, maybe squeeze the legs in a little bit, breathing nice and deep, feeling everything clenching, almost shaking a little, like my hands are starting to shake. Take another deep breath here. Don't hold your breath in this one. And then with your next exhale, you can start to unravel. And it might take a little while. Feel yourself breathing. Maybe let those shoulders soften a little bit more. Good. And then let's do it again. This time, coming all the way up into your shoulders, into your belly. Feeling the front body and the back body squeezing in. Try not to hold your breath in this, just feeling everything start to squeeze in. Start to hug in, take another breath. Good, and then with your next exhale, you can slowly start to unravel, and that's when you'll really start to feel your shoulders soften away. Maybe move your shoulders a little bit. Move your hips even. All right, and then we're gonna do one last time here. So as we do this one, you're gonna squeeze your face, everything will squeeze. And remember, you're still breathing in this one though. So start to clench your hands, your feet, your arms, your legs, your belly, your shoulders, even your face. Make a lemon face, whatever that is, right? It's something you don't like to taste. And just breathe here. Feel everything tensing up, squeezing in. Do one more deep breath here. And then slowly start to soften your face and your shoulders, your torso, arms, legs, fingers and toes. And just notice how nice that feels. Now, maybe you can even notice your shoulders can soften a little bit more. And then let's start to move the shoulders. So coming back to that idea of uncertainty, a lot of us, and I'm gonna say me especially, we kind of tell these stories in our minds. You can smile if that's you, right? We kind of go, well, if this would happen, then this would happen, or this is going to happen now, and then this will happen later. And we come up with this narrative, and that's what kind of gets us through. And it's really just a distraction from whatever is going on in the present moment. Let's start to move those arms a little bit more now, bringing the arms back and around. And it just keeps our mind busy. And the thing about this uncertainty right now is that we have a lot of time to be with our mind, be with our thoughts, to be with our fears. And so as we start to slow things down, you're like, wait, let me tell that story again. So we start to become aware of it the more we practice mindfulness, right? When we come to move our bodies, when we come to breathe a little deeper, when we come to even start to meditate, all of a sudden all those stories come up and they aren't very helpful. So just start to notice what comes up now. So you'll notice some sensations in your body. You can start to twist a little bit deeper. You can notice the fluctuation of your breath. And then even begin here to notice any thoughts that come up. And it's okay to have thoughts. It's okay to have distractions. It's going to be normal, right? But as you notice them, see if you can breathe a little deeper and kind of go a little below those thoughts. If those thoughts are on the surface right here, let yourself go a little bit deeper. All right, and then bring your hands to your shoulders and just start to twist side to side. So you can inhale to the right and exhale to the left, just moving into your side body. So noticing again what comes up, how you're feeling. Feel your side body stretching here. And one more time to each side. Good. And then roll your shoulders again. You're going to feel things start to release, start to relax. Good. And then we'll start with our head just moving in a slow semicircle. So right ear to right shoulder and left ear to left shoulder, moving down and through. Nice and slow. Good. And then if you want, if it feels comfortable to you, then you can start to move your head in a slow circle. And mine just popped really loud. Yours might pop. That's okay. And just start to get a little more comfortable in your skin, in your thoughts, in your breath. You know, uncertainty is always around, but right now it's just so much more in our face. And then change your direction. Moving in slow, crackly circles this way. Good. All right. And then roll those shoulders one more time. We're going to just start to hug the hips in. So bring your right knee in. You can hold on in front of your knee. Let me scooch back a little so you can see. Hold on either in front of the knee or behind the knee and just start to squeeze that leg in. Feel it stretch all the way up towards your belly, towards your chest even. Good. And then we'll switch sides. You can hug your left knee in now. Same thing. Just hugging it in wherever you can hold on. Okay, so it doesn't have to be right in front of the knee. Hugging it a little bit more. Take 2 more breaths. Good. And then coming back up to sit nice and tall. Inhale as you sit up, and exhale, just start to hinge forward a little. Your low back's gonna stretch. Inhale and exhale. So just noticing here what comes up as you start to settle into yourself. Our mind likes to be kind of busy. It likes to have some sense of normalcy. And since there isn't much of that right now, it's starting to make up its own. And that's where mindfulness and meditation come in. We can start to soften those waves a little, or you can think about, there's a lake behind my house, but I grew up on a lake up in New Jersey, and we would go and throw rocks and skip rocks. And I always thought it was really cool if the lake was really still and you throw a rock and you just watch and see those ripples go, right? So right now there's been a lot of rocks thrown into our mind, our pond, and there's a lot of ripples still going on. So we have to kind of breathe through it until they start to smooth out. All right, so we're gonna come up now and take a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. Whatever that is for you, as you sit nice and tall, and just think about that idea of the pond. I like that idea because I think we've all seen it, right? And those little ripples on the water, they can be really distracting, or sometimes they just kind of get us to that place of calming down. So as you sit nice and tall, roll your shoulders onto your back. You can close your eyes or soften your eyes. Just take a couple of breaths here. And instead of being aggravated by all the thoughts and distractions, just notice them, acknowledge them. That's part 1 in finding that quietness, that stillness. So with your eyes closed, just begin to breathe a little bit deeper. Filling up with your inhale, emptying out with your exhale. You're going to notice a lot of distractions, whether it's external, like the sounds of people or cars outside where you are. Maybe the sound of your family in the other room. The sound of your belly growling. Start to notice how your body feels. Feel your shoulders moving onto your back. Your spine as it lengthens. Feel your seat softening down. And then start to bring your attention more towards the breath, just noticing your inhale and noticing your exhale. Feeling that breath move through you. You can think about those ripples on water in a pond with a stone just dropped in. And just watch those ripples, feel those ripples just start to dissipate. Give yourself a chance to just notice that sensation. Whether you feel it in your body, or in your breath, or even in your mind. Every breath, smoothing things out, giving yourself some space. As you start to find that rhythm, begin now to relax the skin around your eyes, your jaw, the back of your neck and your throat. You can begin to soften your shoulders and even relax down into your hips. Maybe lean back a little bit, feeling yourself just releasing. And then just check back in with where your mind wanders. What story comes up for you? And you can acknowledge it. then just invite it into your heart or place it down next to you so that you can continue to breathe. You can continue to go a little bit deeper into yourself. Getting more comfortable just in the uncertainty of being. Take a couple more breaths here, feeling your shoulders softening, feeling yourself leaning back a little bit more. And then on your next inhale, you can start to blink your eyes open. Bring a little movement to your fingers and to your toes. Take your hands, interlace them, press your palms out, bring the arms up, and just start to go side to side now. Feeling your side body, your back body stretching. Good. And then if you want, you can even bring your hands back behind you. Interlace your hands, roll your shoulders onto your back. If you can't hold on here, you can just reach your hands back, or you can grab onto like a strap or a towel. And just roll those shoulders back, creating a little bit of space in the front of your chest, opening the place of your heart. And then come on out. Good. And just take your hand back to your heart for a second. Noticing what it feels like to be present with whatever you've got coming up, whether it's the thoughts, the feelings, the way you breathe. We open ourselves up to just this practice of being okay with what is, being comfortable with ourselves as we are. So today we come together, we bring our hands back in front of our hearts here. We bow to each other. I bow to your courageousness. And we'll do that together. Namaste. This has been Nicole Traum for Lee Health, our Healthcare Hero Self-Care Moment. I did want to shout out to our nurses because I didn't do that last week. It's Nurses Week, so we have until Wednesday. But thank you all so much for all that you do. Especially, I had some really wonderful nurses in the past year take care of me when I spent about a week in Gulf Coast Hospital. So you all know who you are. Thank you so much, because honestly, you know, there was one nurse who walked me. I could barely walk, but I was like, I need to go for a walk, and she walked me down the hallway, and I'll never forget that. All right, so thank you so much, everyone. Have a great, great week, and we'll see you tomorrow at 6:40. Namaste.